The redistricting showdown continues tonight. We have seen several points of escalation following a proposal to redraw congressional boundaries. It's a process that usually happens every 10 years following the census. This proposal comes 5 years earlier than anticipated, and the new proposed map could give Republicans an edge. Our media partners at Texas Monthly took a look into the past to see how the Texas Democrats walking out will likely end. Chris Hooks is joining us now for tonight's discussion on the topic. Chris, thank you so much for being with us. In the past, this strategy delayed a vote, but that vote still took place. Isn't that likely to happen again? And how could this help Democrats?
Yeah, absolutely. The quorum break is something that you do when you've already lost, basically. And there are very few procedural ways for Democrats to affect this outside of the courts. There's likely to be a court battle after this redistricting map passes. What they're doing now by going out of the state is not really an attempt to defeat the new map, but an attempt to raise attention and try to get people from outside of Texas interested in this question.
So it's essentially a big PR stunt for where they stand on all of this.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think they would say that it's a PR stunt to bring attention to what they see as a breakdown in political norms and kind of a threat to the way Texas democracy has historically functioned. Yeah. But they are going outside of either the normal rules of Texas politics in order to try to bring attention to that.
Yeah, and it's certainly getting all the attention right now, that's for sure. Republicans have pushed back against the break in quorum with accusations of things like bribery, threats to get seats vacated, and even getting the FBI involved. We saw that Senator John Cornyn did that. Is there anything that Republicans can get out of this break in quorum? Is there any positive for them?
There's a lot of bluster happening right now, and I think that's partly Republican politicians talking to their voters. They don't want to look feckless in front of Democrats that have left the state about a lot of the threats that you're getting right now about arresting them, removing them from office. It doesn't seem like there's really a pathway for them to do that. I think they kind of want to look like they're on top of the situation. But the most likely way for this to resolve is that in a week or two, maybe a little bit longer, maybe sooner, the Democrats return to the state and Republicans will get what they want if they're able to just wait a little bit.
Yeah, okay. Well, there is another meeting scheduled in the Texas House. That's tomorrow at 1 o'clock. What has stood out to you about House Speaker Dustin Burroughs in sort of getting his messages across on this issue?
The loudest threats that we've seen from Republican state elected officials are coming from Governor Greg Abbott and Attorney General Ken Paxton, who is currently in a race against Senator John Cornyn and is trying to get his name in the papers. Dustin Burroughs has played it very differently. His chief of staff, former state Senator Robert Duncan, is a veteran of the 2003 quorum break, which is a situation in Texas politics which is most similar to the current one. They issued an arrest warrant, civil arrest warrant, which was kind of an escalation, but otherwise he has been kind of quietly extending his hand for Democrats to return.
Yeah. You bring up an interesting point. I want to talk about that a little bit more because, as you mentioned, this is all playing out as Ken Paxton is trying to unseat Senator John Cornyn, the senator trying to keep his seat. What then about that stands out to you as the Senate race heats up? Is this something that you think could help them shore up their bases?
Absolutely. I mean, Ken Paxton will take any opportunity to look tough and look like he's on top of whatever situation is in front of the voters at any given moment. He's playing this very hard. He's released a lot of press releases about his legal opinions and his new legal theories about what they can do to the Democrats. That's mostly bluster. John Cornyn has also tried to get involved in this. He sent a letter to the FBI suggesting that they get involved. They can't really get involved. Ironically, John Cornyn supporters have been keen to point this out. Paxton's doing a lot of this apparently from Scotland, where he's been on vacation, so he's no longer in the state also.
Okay, good to know. All right, well, thanks to Chris Hooks tonight for this discussion and for your insight. We appreciate it. And you can read his entire article, if you'd like, on TexasMonthly.com. It's available for you right now.